Hey, fellow patriots, my name is Chris Marino, and I am the chairman of the Broward County, Florida Republican Party. And what we're going to talk about today is how you can actually use your time and your talents to best help spread Republican causes and Republican values in the area in which you live, regardless of where you live in the United States. So, this is going to help you tremendously. I hope you follow me. So we are talking today about something called precinct strategy. I'll give you a little bit of a background on this. The way the Republican Party works is there's the national the RNC, and there is a state party for whichever state that you live in, which governs all the Republican parties within the state. And then you have local parties. Typically speaking, local parties are your county. So there'll be one Republican Party that governs the whole county. You may have Republican clubs here and there, or clubs that claim that they are Republican in value. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about an actual sanctioned arm of the party, the local party. This is where we want you to get involved. There is no fee. So we want you to seek out your local Republican Party, not a Republican club. There's a difference. Those are usually chartered by the party. You seek out your local GOP or Republican Party, and you apply to become a member on a local level, not state level. When you become a member, you now enter the Republican Party and become a building block, a foundational building block of the party. You now have a voice in the Republican Party, and that voice will be heard through votes, because we have meetings. Typically they are monthly, but they could be a little wider than that, bi-monthly or whatnot. And when you go to these meetings, votes are asked for by the chairman who runs these parties. And these votes that are taken are typically about, do you approve of this? Do you approve of that? Should we change this? Should we change that? So now your voice, transferred into a vote inside the Republican Party, guides the Republican Party. So where is a good place to put your time and talent? At minimum, you have to start with precinct strategy, or becoming an actual Republican Party member. Now, you're saying to yourself, I already am, because you're a registered voter. That is not true. That just says that's your voting preference. What we mean is filling out an application and joining your local Republican Party, to be perfectly clear. So by doing that, now what does the local Republican Party do other than having your vote, which gives you a voice in the Republican Party itself? There are many skills that we need, because everything is voluntary. And what you can do is offer whatever skills or talents you have to the party, because we have no employees. Everything is voluntary across the country. And you can apply yourself. Do you like election integrity issues? Do you like to support candidates? Do you like to do fundraisers? Do you like to do events? Maybe you're skilled with a computer. Maybe you're skilled in social media. You can offer these talents to your local Republican Party and then help them to flourish. They are often starved of people that are willing to offer some time and some talent. So you can apply everything through that, versus sitting behind our computers at home and chatting on social media, which really does absolutely nothing to help the Republican Party. We need you actually to support us in again, fundraisers and election integrity and poll watching and all these things that the Republican Party does that we desperately seek volunteers for. Why are we what is the word precinct strategy, and what does it mean? Well, when you sign on, you get a title. The title is Precinct Committee Man or Precinct Committee Woman. That is a Republican Party member's title at the lowest level. And that means that you are the representative to all the voters within your voting precinct at home, which is usually a small area, which you can further take those skills, and the local party will give you a list of all your Republican neighbors, and you can meet them and make sure that they're informed. They know how to get their voter guides. They know when election day is. That's really your core mission. And obviously, meeting your neighbors, you already know them. They know you. Maybe you walk your dog. Maybe you walk through the neighborhood. You will know your neighbors. that person-to-person contact gives us the strongest and best representation on a local level. So you're applying yourself locally in your neighborhood voluntarily. Do it when you want, as often as you want. And then you can also donate some of those time and talents to the party for the bigger cause inside the party. So all this is totally voluntary. All of it is completely free. I encourage you to look up your local Republican Party, or otherwise known as Republican Executive Committee. If you see this, reach out to them, ask for an application, join them, and help us to build the Republican Party. Typically, we are very short people everywhere across the country. We're always, always, always in need of new, fresh volunteers with fresh ideas. So I hope that has helped, and thank you all very much for having me on your show today.